You are a donkey.
The latest on that police killing of a black man.
Now to new developments in the deadly spa shooting rampage.
And yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
And so we are in a state of emergency.
Okay, white supremacist violence is and always has been the number one threat to our society.
But I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
Donkey today for Thursday, July 24th goes to House Speaker Mike Johnson and House Republicans because they have stopped all legislative business to avoid voting on releasing the Epstein files. Yes, Democrats said they plan to stage a vote on bringing legislation to the floor that would force the release of the Epstein files, and House Speaker Mike Johnson and the House Republicans said, we're going to vanish for a couple of months before we let that happen. Let's go to MSNBC for the report, please.
For all of Trump's efforts to change the subject, the Epstein story is not going away. And part of the reason it's not going away is that Trump himself is prolonging the story. Trump also has drawn attention back to this case by insisting that his allies in Congress block any effort to release more information on Epstein. Today's little lackey, Speaker Mike Johnson, made the decision to effectively shut down the House just to stall a bipartisan effort to get materials from the Epstein probe, which is a fairly ham-handed way to get people to stop talking about a topic. Of course, we're going to keep talking about the topic. And if there was any doubt that Trump was behind that decision, just listen to how Speaker Johnson's position changed in just the past week.
We should put everything out there and let the people decide.
We cannot be careless in an open release like that. You have to be very careful.
Seems a little under duress there. Second video, I don't know.
Now, we had Pete Buttigieg up here, former Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg up here this morning, and he spoke on why we the people should care about this. Let's listen.
You see all these headlines about Epstein, but you think to yourself, what I care about is how the Congress is dealing with healthcare, taxes, etc. Okay, well, Congress just got shut down. The Republicans just shut down the United States House of Representatives for 2 months in order to avoid having to vote on Donald Trump blocking the Epstein files. So even if you don't give a shit about the news story or the sensationalism of it, this now affects you because one of your branches of government is not operational between now and September because Speaker Mike Johnson and the Republicans would rather shut that branch of government down than let the Epstein files come out.
Ooh, dropping the clues by some people to judge. Now, also yesterday, the Wall Street Journal reported that back in May, President Trump was told that his name is among many in the Epstein files. Let's go to CBS News for a report, please.
The Wall Street Journal reporting that Trump was told by his Justice Department in a briefing in May that his name were in, quote, a truckload of files related to Jeffrey Epstein. They also note that, quote, many other high-profile figures were also named. The Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, the number 2 at the Department of Justice, told the Wall Street Journal that they made Trump aware of these findings and then again noted that there was nothing in the files that warranted further investigation. In a response on this story to CBS News, White House Communications Director Stephen Chung noted that President Trump kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of his Mar-a-Lago club many years ago, quote, for being a creep, and said that this latest reporting from the Wall Street Journal is, quote, nothing more than a continuation of fake news stories.
Wow. Attorney General Pam Bondi also told President Trump that the Justice Department decided not to release more Jeffrey Epstein documents because of the presence of child pornography and the need to protect the victims. No, tell the truth. You don't want to release the files because you have a need to protect President Donald Trump and whatever other powerful figures who are in those files. Okay, this is why I keep stressing that Democrats and everybody should never, ever stop talking about the Epstein files. This is the bipartisan, common sense issue that all Americans can agree on. Okay, no matter how much the Trump administration floods the zone with other stories, whenever they try to turn the channel to something else, folks need to turn it right back to the Epstein files. They didn't care when he got indicted 91 times. They didn't care when he got impeached twice. They didn't care when he tried to stage an actual insurrection. They were cool when he got found liable for sexual abuse in civil court, but the Epstein files got the MAGA base outraged. They are not with it. Okay, the biggest cover-up in America today. This is Democrats' transgender and women's sports issue, okay? Republicans never, ever, still to this day, have stopped talking about that. Dems need to treat the Epstein files the exact same way, okay? It's just an obvious cover-up, and Dems need to ask every day, why is the Trump administration protecting pedophiles? Simple as that, okay? Democrats, you've been looking for a way to connect with Trump supporters. You've been looking for a way to build a bridge with MAGA. The Epstein files is the issue that does that. And Mike Johnson, you think you're doing Trump a favor by shutting down the House for a couple of months so they don't force a vote to release the Epstein files, but all you really did was make matters worse by doing that. And I personally believe, and I'm putting on my tinfoil Pooh Shiesty mask right now, but I personally believe that's the whole plan. Okay, just a week ago, Mike Johnson was one of many Republicans pressing the Trump administration for more transparency on the Epstein case. Then there was a story that J.D. Vance allegedly visited Rupert Murdoch, owner of Fox News and the Wall Street Journal, right before the Wall Street Journal dropped Trump's letter to Epstein. Then this week, Monday, Mike Johnson says they are shutting down the House to avoid voting on releasing the Epstein files. And then a couple days later, the Wall Street Journal drops this exclusive that Trump is indeed in the Epstein files. Also, we know Trump is suing Rupert Murdoch, who has been a longtime advisor and political ally to Trump. He's suing him for $10 billion. Okay, all that glazing Rupert Murdoch and Fox News have done for Trump. And soon as they do something Trump doesn't like, he sues them for $10 billion. He's a friend to nobody. But I want y'all to follow me for a second. Trump got beef with Rupert Murdoch, Elon Musk, all these people who really helped put him in power. They don't seem to be rocking with him anymore. And I don't know if Trump realizes it, and I could be completely wrong. But if Trump is definitively named in the Epstein files in a damning way, credible allegations, not just association, I believe this is the perfect excuse for Republican elites to stage a political coup and push him out. Trust when I tell you Republicans always fall in line, but there are power players in the GOP who have wanted to move on from Trump for years, but they are afraid of his base. But all Republican leaders would have to say is, we didn't betray Trump. He betrayed us and the movement, okay? Because he was supposed to bring down this elite system that has been complicit in a child sex trafficking ring, but instead, he was a part of it. See, if Trump is implicated, all the conspiracy theorists' head would explode. The Pizzagate, QAnon, Save the Children, anti-establishment crowd would lose its mind, okay? Republicans could flip on Trump and fear no political consequences from the MAGA base, okay? No backlash from the MAGA base because they couldn't support anyone connected to this level of evil, no matter how good the policies were, okay? See, Trump's superpower is that he's seen as separate from the swamp. But if you're named incredible Epstein allegations, come on, man. I mean, even the diehard MAGA supporters would be like, we got played. Okay, he's just like them. Time to move on. You think J.D. Vance was allegedly meeting with Rupert Murdoch for no reason? You think J.D. Vance has been quiet on this for nothing? They're calling for Ghislaine Maxwell to be subpoenaed to testify before Congress. If Epstein-related testimony or documents spark a new investigation, then this could trigger Republicans, okay, to activate the 25th Amendment. What is that, Uncle Charla? The 25th Amendment is if the president dies or resigns or is removed from office as a result of impeachment proceedings, then the vice president shall become president. Not to mention 2026 is around the corner, okay? Epstein files might be too toxic for House and Senate races. Republicans want to stay in power. They can ditch them without looking disloyal to the base. See, Democrats don't have the power to do this anyway, okay? Republicans can expose them, impeach them, have them removed, look like the heroes, and take their party back. This is Republican leadership best shot to get him out without getting outraged from the base. It's about morality, protecting the children, and draining the swamp for real. But I think Republicans already know that. Okay, I believe this is a plan. A political coup is being staged. Let's just sit back and watch it all play out. In the meantime, please give House Speaker Mike Johnson and the House Republicans the biggest hee-haw.
I love a political donkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes, indeed.
We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But as you said, we got to keep their foot on their neck. We got to see exactly what's coming out. Pause.
It's why.
I don't know.
Yo, you be walking right into a
But I mean serious.
Like, you just,
and I don't walk to any buttholes. I was serious. Like, I want to see what comes out of the Epstein.
I know you do.
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you
just nasty.
Scrambling and scraping.
Scrambling and scraping.
It's just nasty. I don't know why when you talk it just sounds like this. Logan,
see
please.
what comes
Where
out.
Logan at? Did Logan go back?
Not yet.
Okay, Logan. All weekend, slam him. Boom, boom. Every chance you get, toughen your daddy up.
Yo,
man.
you got rainbow ears. That's what your problem is. Your ears are just rainbow.
Oh, gay ears?
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. I'd rather have gay ears than a gay butthole.
Crazy.
Up next, Just Fix My Mess. 800-58.
If you got gay ears, that mean they loose. That mean
800-585-1051. Just Fix My Mess is next.
Donkey of the Day is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?